Yes, good afternoon to all. His voice is clear. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Right. See, appearance has changed, right? Appearance has changed. Right. So in the last class, we have talked about cleavage, implantation. We have seen, isn't it? We have seen about implantation, right? Today we're going to continue that. Before that, I'll put some questions. We'll see the questions, then we'll move on to the topic, right? First question, right? So write the chromosomal status of the following. Okay, spermatogonia, right? One is spermatogonia, two is primary spermatocyte, okay. Third one is spermatid, and fourth one is spermatozoa. Can you chromosomal status? Matlab, is it N or 2N? What is this? What is 1, 2, 3, 4? Right? Spermatogonia, is it N or 2N? Right? N or 2N, you should say. That's it. Okay. Spermatogonia. No one is started answering. Okay, first one you are answering, everyone. Right. First one is what? First one. Right. First. Second one. Very good. Second one. Second one. Okay. Okay. Very good. Third one. Okay. Fourth one. Okay. Good. Very good. Third one. Third one. Boys, no, not even single answer I got from boys side. Good. N. Fourth one N. Third one N. Very good. Very good. Very good. Right. So spermatogenesis. Clear? This is from spermatogenesis. And next. From the uterus, I'll write the layers of the uterus. You just arrange them in sequence and tell me the answer. Clear? Endometrium, perimetrium, myometrium, outside to inside sequence, outside to inside sequence, outside to inside, outside to inside sequence. Okay, outside to inside sequence. Very good. One response at least. Very good. Right. Next. Outside to inside sequence. Good. Very good. Outside to inside sequence. Good. What is that? BC. Good. BCA. Inside to outside. Okay. Inside to outside. Inside to outside. Inside to outside. Very good. Inside to outside. Very good response from girl side. Messages are flowing like anything. Boys, where are you? Okay, good. Very good. What is that? ACB. What is that? ACB is right. Which of these layer is responsible for menstrual cycle? Which of these 3 layers is response. Just put the, give the alphabet enough. What is that? Which of these layers, which among these layer is responsible for menstrual cycle? Good. Very good. What is that? A. A is the answer. Good. Good. Endometrium. Endometrium is responsible for what? Menstrual cycle. Right? For example, if a menstrual cycle is for 40 days, if the menstrual cycle is 40 days, on which date ovulation occurs? On which date ovulation occurs? Ovulation occurs. Very good. 14 minus karna. Once again, you check. What is the answer for this? नहीं, my A 14th 26. See, यहाँ पे तो multiple answers. You are getting 2 answers. That is what, you know, few students are saying 26 and few are saying 14. 14 तो क्या है? A normal menstrual cycle में है. Normal menstrual cycle क्या है? वो 28 days का होता नहीं. Normal menstrual cycle mid cycle बोलते. Mid cycle क्या होता? 14 है, right? A normal cycle का है. अगर if the question comes like this 40 बोले तो 40 में से 14 minus करना, then it will become 26. Why 14 we are doing minus? Because we have 4 stages, right? Menstrual phase, follicular or proliferative phase, ovulatory phase, and then secretory phase or luteal phase. उसकी और एक नाम क्या है? पोस्ट ओव्यूलेटरी फेज बोलते हैं. पोस्ट ओव्यूलेटरी फेज. So in the menstrual cycle, whatever may be the time it will take, the post ovulatory phase is constant. मतलब क्या है? If it is 28 days or 35 days or 40 days menstrual cycle, the last phase is there, no? The last phase, which we call after ovulatory phase, we can write them like this. Post ovulatory phase बोल सकते ना? We can say, right? Post ovulatory phase बोल के. Or according to us, what we can say, it is also called as luteal phase or secretory phase बोल सकते. So the given is given what? 40 minus 14, then 26. Right. Good. Clear? Good. 26. Right. And then which hormone is responsible for ovulation? One hormone is going to secrete very high, which we call, a name is being given, right? What is the hormone? Right. Again, I am repeating the question. Which hormone is responsible for ovulation? I'm asking. Which hormone is responsible for ovulation? 2 hormones are there, right? But out of this, 1% is very high. It shows its pH is high. What is that? Good, very good. Estrogen is the answer. If you are saying progesterone is the answer, but many are saying LH is the answer. So again, see here, what we have seen, LH is the right answer. Progesterone क्या है? Progesterone ओ जो first phase है ना, menstrual phase. Why menstruation occurs means progesterone is lacking. That is the question for your answer. For my question is what? My question is, for example, if is the menstrual cycle, exactly the 14th day, when you see the pituitary hormone levels, it will be like this, no? FSH and LH. LH got the very peak, and this is the FSH, right? So what is the answer? That is LH. Luteinizing hormone percentage should be very, very high, right? When the luteinizing hormone percentage is very high, it leads to what? Ovulation, right? Pregnancy maintaining hormone. Which hormone is called as pregnancy maintaining hormone? Which hormone is called pregnancy maintaining hormone? Very good. Very good. Yes, correct. What is that? good. Progesterone is what? Pregnancy maintaining hormone. So far we have seen major events in the what reproduction after male reproductive system, spermatogenesis, right? Then hormones affecting the spermatogenesis, then sperm structure we have seen. Later we have seen female reproductive system, then we started oogenesis. Clear? After that we have seen fertilization and implantation, isn't it? So now the sperm is there, the sperm enter into female genital tract, ovulation is occurred in the female, right? So now this sperm is going to fertilize which one? Is it going to fertilize primary oocyte or secondary oocyte, or A, B, and third one is ovum or ooted? I am saying now the sperm entered female genital tract. So now these sperms is need to go where they are going to, I mean, which option is suitable for the meeting of the sperm? Okay, good, good, good. What is that? B, secondary oocyte. Clear. Now primary oocyte, primary oocyte is arrested at with stage of division. Primary oocyte is arrested in which stage of division? Primary oocyte is arrested in which stage of division? Primary oocyte is arrested in which stage of division? Primary oocyte is arrested in which stage of division? Very good, very good. Meiosis 1, prophase 1. Okay. Yes, meiosis 1, prophase 1. Meiosis 1, prophase 1. Secondary oocyte. Last question. Last question. Secondary oocyte. Where the secondary oocyte is arrested? Where the secondary oocyte is arrested? Very good. Where the secondary oocyte is arrested? Where the secondary oocyte is arrested? Full M2 2 again metaphase. Okay, right. So this is about what our last classes. We'll see the topic of today's, right? Clear, right? So far whatever we are saying, it's clear, because the way you are responding, it itself is saying that you are following. So in the last class we have seen what how the twins are going to be formed, monozygotic twins, dizygotic twins, and later fertilization we have seen, right? One diagrammatic question I will ask, okay, because that is important. Once we'll see, then we'll move on. Clear? This is secondary oocyte. This is some, right? So this is A. This membrane you should say A, and this is B. In between that C, in and the outermost is D, and in the center is E. Right? You answer this, then we'll move on. Then we'll move on to the today's topic. What is A? What is A? What is A here? Very good. Very good. Right. B. What is B? What is B here? Very good. B. Good. Very good. C. C is not line. Someone is going. C. I have given this one alphabet between A and B. Between A and B, what is that? A and B. What do you call it as? A and between A and B. Very good. One response. Perivitalin space. Perivitalin space. What do you call this space as? Perivitalin space. And the last one is what? The last one is what? The last one is what? Okay, good. Perivitalin space. And D is plasma membrane. Read. D is what? D plasma membrane नहीं होता. What? Corona radiata. Clear? D is what? Corona radiata. Okay. This diagram is important. Clear? Right. Very good. So E is secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte contain plasma membrane and plasma membrane. Next one is what? Zona pellucida, a glycoproteinaceous layer. And then between A and B, what is present? Perivitalin space is present. And D is what? Zona corona radiata. Corona radiata. Right. So in the last class, we have seen about the placental formation, right? Placenta, how the placenta is going to be formed. I have just shown, right? Now today we are going to see clearly. See here, this is the this one. Infundibulum, fimbriae, ampulla, isthmus, and uterus. Clear? Now, already we have seen what happened here. Who is waiting here? That is secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte, it's contain zona pellucida and as well as outside what? Corona radiata. Corona radiata is there, right? Now, what happened to this? Fertilization is taken place, right? As the sperms are swimming through vagina and passing from cervix, then uterus, then keep on moving. And finally, what happened? Fertilization has taken place. So during this process, what happened? I said the acrosome is going to release a chemical, namely called what? Hyaluronidase, right? Hyaluronidase. After that, what happens here? Then it will move to the perivitalin space and then it is going to get stimulated. The secondary oocyte, which is arrested in metaphase 2, is going to complete its meiosis 2, right? Which results in the formation of two unequal divisions. One is called as second polar body and the next one is what? Ootid or ovum. Then the male pronucleus and female pronucleus combine to form zygote, or fission of male pronucleus or female pronucleus is called syngamy or amphimixis bhi bol sakte. Amphimixis. And later it results in the formation of what? It results in the formation of zygote, which is in 2n in condition. 2n in condition. This zygote, it is covered by means of what? Zona pellucida. Fertilization के बाद भी zona pellucida is going to surround what? Zygote. Clear? What is this red one? This is zona pellucida. Zona pellucida, right? Next, where it is taking place? From the ampullar isthmic junction. From the isthmus onwards, what will start? Cleavage will start. Cleavage is going to take in place. Cleavage is similar to what? Mitotic division. What is this? Cleavage means mitotic division. So how many cells are formed here? 2 cells are formed. Now these 2 cells are going to form what? 4 cells, 8, 16, 32, so on. So this 8 to 16 stage is very important, which is called morula. What is it called as? Morula. 8 to 16 stage is called morula, which contain a solid ball-like structure, right? This is morula. So 8 to 16 stage, what? Morula. This is the morula. You can see morula like this. So whatever the cells are present inside, they are called what? Blastomeres. क्या है, क्या बोलते इन सेल्स को? Blastomeres बोलते. Blastomeres. Clear ma? So this is a zygote. Zygote is undergoing cleavage. This is the first cleavage which results in the two cells. These cells are called blastomeres. Like that, many cells are formed. If it contains 8 to 16 cells, then it is called morula. Then this morula is going to convert into blastula, and then it results in the formation of blastocyst stage. We have seen what happened in the blastocyst stage. Cell differentiation occurred. Cell differentiation occurs, right? Cell differentiation. Kya hota cell differentiation means? Here the cells are going to arrange in two layers. The outer cells are called as ट्रोफोब्लास्ट सेल्स. आप पूछ सकते सर, यहाँ पे तो आप you have shown completely ball, then how here cavity is formed? मतलब it underwent a phenomena called as compaction. क्या है ये? Compaction. See what I am saying here. I have shown you like this, right? Morula ऐसा बताया मैंने. I have shown you morula like this. But when I'm showing you blastocyst, I'm showing like this, right? You may ask, sir, there are many number of cells are there. What about that cells means? Here, all these cells underwent a phenomena called as compaction. Compaction मतलब क्या है? Compact हो जाना, और flat हो जाता. जो cells है ना पूरा क्या होता? Flat. They'll become flat, so that some space is going to be formed inside. This space is called as blastocele. So first let us see cell differentiation. Cell differentiation में दो तरीके का cells form होता. Outside cells are called what? Trophoblast cells. क्या बोलना? Trophoblast cells. And under cells are going to be attached to like this trophoblast cells. These cells are called inner cell mass. What do we call them as? Inner cell mass. Inner cell mass. Inner cell mass. और एक नाम भी है formative cells भी बोल सकते हैं. Formative cells क्योंकि ये पूरा embryo body को make it is going to form complete embryo. So it is called formative cells. What do we call them as? Formative cells भी बोल सकते हैं अपन. We can say it as what? Formative cells. Okay, ma? So what I'm saying here, morula is converted into blastocyst. Cyst बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि यहाँ पे some space is there, no? It is going to become a sac-like structure. This one, what? Cyst. So, and hence this stage is called blastocyst stage. Blastocyst stage. Clear? What is this? Blastocyst stage is there. What are the characteristic features of blastocyst stage? In the blastocyst stage, the outermost cells are called trophoblast cells, right? Whereas the inner cells are called as inner cell mass or formative cells. What is the duty here? They have different role. The two have their different roles. Let us see the role of them, right? Up to here, clear, right? So formative cells, which is going to form the complete embryo, right? Complete embryo is going to be formed from inner cell mass and from trophoblast cells. From trophoblast cells, morula, blastomeres, blastocyst. Sequence ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं मगर according to NCERT is this. Normally what you know? Morula, blastula is blastula, then blastocyst. Or simply here what? This one is skipped. This one. Morula changes into blastula, blastula into blastocyst, blastula into blastocyst. So simply you can remember morula changes into blastocyst. Clear? जो अंदर स्पेस बोला ना, in that space is called what? Blastocele. In that seal मतलब क्या पे? Spongocele. Spongocele. Seal मतलब cavity, right? In that cavity, a cyst is formed, which we call as blastocyst. The cavity is called what? Blastocele. Blastocele. Now, what happened? The entire blastula is fully formed. Even now, what is going to be present? Zona pellucida. Zona pellucida is present here. Now, what happens? We call now these blastocyst is going to break down, right? This zona pellucida is going to rupture now, right? The zona pellucida is going to rupture, or this one is called as hatching of blastocyst. Hatching. Blastocyst is what happening here? Hatching. Hatching means what? The zona pellucida is going to get disintegrated. Zona pellucida is disintegrated. Now, see here, what's happening from the what the innermost layer is what? Isthmus. From isthmus onwards, it's keep on moving slowly towards what? Uterus, towards the uterus, right? So fertilization is going to be start, and after that implantation is going to occur from 6 to 8 days after fertilization. 6 to 8 days after fertilization, implantation is going to take place. Now what happens here? You see here, this is the uterine layer. In the next phase, this is the right blastocyst stage, where the outer cells are called trophoblast cells. The outer cells are what? Trophoblast cells. Outer cells are what? Trophoblast cells. These trophoblast cells are going to form some finger-like structures. This one is going to form a finger-like structure, which we call them as villi. What do we call them as? Villi, like this. They're going to form a finger-like structures, which are called villi. Okay, these villi are called chorionic villi. What do we call them as? The villi that are formed is called chorionic villi. Chorionic villi bolna. We can say what? Chorionic villi. And next, what happens here? This villi is going to penetrate into the uterine tissue. What the red one is showing what? Uterine tissue. Right now, these two are tightly fixed to form the structural and functional unit between fetus and the mother, which we call as placenta. What do you call it as? Placenta. How placenta is formed here? The placenta is formed by means of both the mother and as well as the fetus. From mother, the uterine tissue is going to help. From the fetus, the chorionic villi is going to extend it from the trophoblast cells and penetrate into the uterine tissue, and there forms a what? A transitory endocrine. What do you call them as? Placenta. Placenta is formed here. Clear, ma? So placenta is what? It's a combination of both. Maternal means mother. Maternal uterine tissue. And as well as fetal chorionic villi. So in the formation of placenta, both the fetal part is there, maternal part is there. Both are going to combine to form a tightly fixed structure, which we call as placenta, right? Placenta is going to be formed here. This is what? Placenta, the structure and functional unit between what? The fetus and as well as the mother. Now, is this clear how placenta is going to be formed? Up to here. The role of inner cell mass I will tell. The role of inner cell mass. The role of inner cell mass I will tell. Up to here clear? Yes. No one is responding. Yes, ma. Up to here clear? Is this clear up to here? Okay. Compaction, right? Compaction matlab, see here. So this is morula, right? This is morula. These morula contain how many cells? 8 to 16 cells. 8 to 16 cells. जो 8 to 16 cells are going to form a phenomena called compaction. A compaction में क्या होता? The cells are going to compress one above the other, like that. They're going to compress one above the other by leaving some space, inside. Okay, the cells are going to be compressed and flattened. They are arranged one above the other, so that by leaving some space here, and few cells are going to attach at one side. At one end, few cells are going to be attached. So the cells which are present at the periphery are called trophoblast cells, and the cells here inside called inner cell mass. Compaction matlab यही है. क्या है वो? The cells whatever they are present, they're going to be compressed one above the other, and they'll become flat by leaving some space. This space is called what? Blastocele. Blastocele, right? And in this what happens? A sac-like structure is formed, which you call as blastocyst. Clear ma? Compaction means what? The cells are going to become flat and they're going to be arranged one above the other. The cells are going to become flat and arranged one above the other by leaving some space, which is called as blastocele. And later this blastocele is formed, it is going to be converted into a sac-like structure, which we call as blastocyst. Now what happens here? Once it is going to get, what is happened here? It is going to penetrate into the which layer? That is endometrium. Outermost layer is what? Endometrium. Now slowly, once implantation is being taken place, these endometrium, with the influence of progesterone hormone, it grows continuously it will grow, and this endometrium is going to embedded, it is going to fixed into the endometrium, right? Into the endometrium. यहाँ पे दो बात आप याद रख लेना. One is what? Which layer is necessary for menstrual cycle? That is endometrium. For implantation, the blastocyst is going to penetrate which layer? That is also what? Endometrium. That is also what? Endometrium. So now what happened? After this, what happened? Placenta formation is happened, and then the further we'll see now. Up to here clear? Right. Take the screenshot. We'll carry on. We'll move ahead. This is important. 8 to 16 cells है ना, और जरूर याद रख लेना आप, and somewhere it will come again. 8 to 24 cell stage is going to be one more question, that is in the biotechnology and its applications. In future classes we are going to deal with that. Right. So this is about placental formation. Now we have seen so far what we have seen, that is about trophoblast. As I said, trophoblast has a role in the formation of placenta. Then what about inner cell mass? Inner cell mass. What about inner cell mass? These inner cell mass or is inner cell mass is going to form what? Embryo. Embryo is going to be formed. The entire embryo is going to form from inner cell mass. Inner cell mass or formative cells or formative cells. And later this inner cell mass is going to be convert into germ layers, right? First, what it is going to form? Ectoderm. It is going to form ectoderm, then endoderm. In between that, what is going to be formed? Mesoderm. Mesoderm. In the first year, when we were talking about the what? Coelom, right? There we have seen like this, right? A diagram like this. The outside one is what? Ectoderm. The outside is what? Ectoderm. The outer one is what? Ectoderm. This is what? Ectoderm. Ectoderm, right? Ectoderm. And then the inner one is what? Endoderm. Endoderm. At the rim of the ectoderm, a place where the ectoderm and endoderm are joined, at that place, from that place, what happens? Mesoderm is going to arise. See, like this you can tell. At the junction or at the rim of the blastopore, many, what? One more layer is going to be formed. What do you call this layer as? This layer is considered as what? Mesoderm. This layer is considered as what? Mesoderm. So the entire human being is going to form from these three layers only: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. So in these few of them, what? They also contain what? Stem cells. These stem cells are also going to give rise to various kinds of various kinds of cells are going to get originated. Cavitation means what? Formation of cavity is called cavitation. जो ब्लास्टोसील है ना, ब्लास्टोसील में cavity form हुआ, right? The space is called blastocele or cavity भी बोल सकते हैं, which we call as cavitation. Blastocele or cavitation. Okay, cavitation means that only. Blastocele is there, no? That itself is called cavitation or blast. Right. Now, so what is the role of inner cell mass? Inner cell mass is going to help in the formation of the three germ layers, that is ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. And in between, they are also contain some stem cells, which are going to give rise to various kinds of organs are going to be formed from the stem cells. Now, let us talk about placenta. We have seen placenta, right? Now we are going to talk about placenta. Placenta. As I said, it's a structural and functional unit between mother, that is maternal, and as well as the fetus, Let us see this, how this placenta is going to be present. Then we'll move on to the functions and the hormones of this one. Assume that mother, right? So fetus, the uterus of the mother. Here, this is the disc-like structure. This is the placenta. What is this? This is called as the placenta. The placenta is formed like this. The combination of both mother and the fetus. Mother and the fetus, what is formed? Placenta is formed. So there will be a connection between the mother and fetus. The mother and the fetus are connected by, this is the developing embryo. This is what? The developing embryo. So now, from the placenta to the fetus, right? A cord is present, a tuft cord is present. This cord is called umbilical cord. What is this? Umbilical cord is present here. Clear? Umbilical cord. This is the placenta. Placenta is formed from what? Both the fetal tissue and as well as maternal tissue, right? Then from that placenta, a tube is going to be arise. What do we call that one? Umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. What is this umbilical cord? It is going to help in the transport of the substances, right, from to and from mother and as well as the fetus, right? Let us see about the functions of placenta. Functions of placenta. Functions of placenta. Functions of placenta. So what are the functions of placenta? First one, functions of placenta we are talking. Can you tell how the placenta is going to be helpful? Right? It helps in the supplying of, it helps in supplying of what? It helps in supplying of what? Nutrients and as well as oxygen. Nutrients and oxygen, isn't it? Through this what? Placenta only what? It helps in the supplying of nutrients and as well what? Oxygen. And as well, it helps in the elimination of nourishment में मदद करते, right? And protection to the fetus, supply of oxygen, nutrients. Yes, clear? Right. So that is the first function. And second function, it helps in the removing of, it helps in the removal of what it is going to remove from the body? Carbon dioxide. As you know, what happens if carbon dioxide is more in our body? CO2 plus H2O is going to diffuse to form carbonic acid, which results in what? The pH is going to become acidic, which is not ideal for our body. So it helps in the removal of carbon dioxide and as well eliminates what? Waste material, waste or excretory material, excretory material. And third one, this is very, very important. It secretes various types of hormones. It secretes various types of hormones. Various types of hormones. Let us see. Let us write the hormones that are being secreted by the placenta. Okay. It secretes various types of hormones. Various types of hormones are being secreted by the placenta. Okay. So our placenta has different names, but not mentioned in the NCERT. The names of our placenta is called chorioallantoic placenta or hemochorial placenta. It is what? Hemochorial. I'll explain. When again we are going towards this IP, there we are going to see whatever there that we are going to see the topic. Hemochorial we say, or chorioallantoic placenta we say. Discoidal placenta will tell. Many names are there. The placenta of human beings is called, right? So now hormones that are being secreted from the placenta, hormones that are being secreted from the placenta. First one, very, very important, human chorionic gonadotropin. Human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. Human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. This HCG hormone is being secreted by the placenta. These placenta, as we have seen in the chemical coordination, the hormones are not going to store in our body, isn't it? Whenever they are secreted more, that highly, or if they are more in secretions, what happens? That are going to be eliminated through our urine. So whenever this human chorionic gonadotropin hormone is secreted more, right, it is going to be eliminated through the urine. And at the time we have various kinds of kids, isn't it? When the pregnancy, when the menstrual cycle is missed after 21 days, within these 21 days, if they don't get any kind of menstrual cycle, then they must go for what? Pregnancy test. There will be a kit will be there, right? Example, Prega News, like that. So what they need to do in that urine, if this HCG hormone is present, then it is an indicative of what? Pregnancy. Pregnancy. This is one hormone. And second one is what? HPL. HPL. Human placental lactogen. Human placental. Human placental lactogen. Human placental lactogen. It's also called as human somatomamotropin, also we call it as. Okay, human placental lactogen. See, normally what happens, for example, for 100 ml of blood in a normal woman, in a normal woman, 120 milligrams per 100 ml. Okay, sugar, we are talking about the sugar, glucose percentage. Assume that for 100 ml, assume that for 100 ml, 120 milligrams of glucose is present. If it is exceeded 140, what process is going to be held in our body? If more glucose is present in the blood, what happens in the, I mean, what is the process that is going to be happen? Yes, can anyone? We have studied already in the chemical coordination. We have studied that when more glucose is present in the there. Okay, I'll repeat. Diabetes insipidus. Okay, still diabetes insipidus to lack of ADH hormone, no? Lack of antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin leads to diabetes insipidus. ये confuse होता students. Okay, diabetes mellitus. Very good. Someone is saying glyco something. You at least trying. What is that? Glyco formation of glycogen is going to take in place, right? Whenever glucose percentage is increasing in our body, whenever glucose percentage is increasing, it should convert into glycogen. It should convert into what? Glycogen. Glycogenesis we call. What do you call it as? Glycogenesis. So when more sugar is present, there is an hormone again. What is the hormone namely called? Glucagon hormone. Glucagon hormone. Okay, these glucagon, not glucagon. Okay, glucose is converted into what? Glycogen. Glucose is converted into glycogen. Clear? When excess of sugar is present, that glucose is converted into glycogen. So here what I am saying, mother, if she is a carrying, what should be happen? These normal levels should increases, isn't it? In a carrying woman, the normal level should increase. Otherwise, what happens? The fetus doesn't get the what? The nutrition, isn't it? The sugars or amino acids. If they are immediately after the normal values, if they are converted into what? Through glycogenesis or glyconeogenesis, if they are converted into glycogen, what about the developing fetus? Does she get anything? No, she can't, right? For that reason, what happens? The level should increase. What is that hormone which is going to be helpful? Human placental lactogen. Human placental lactogen. See here, someone asked some doubt, right? Regarding what HCG, right? It is, see, we're talking about the hormones, right? The first one is HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. Human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. Whatever the hormones we are seeing, these hormones are released from the placenta. Placenta is going to secrete these hormones. Clear? Whenever these hormones are being placenta ka form hota, when fertilization and implantation is successful, then only what placenta is going to be formed. When HCG, when these HCG is going to be released excess in amount, more amount of HCG is secreted by the placenta. Is there any hormone that is going to be stored? No, we don't have such kind of mechanism of what storage of hormones, right? So the hormones which are secreting in more in percentage that are going to be eliminated through the urine. Through the urine, they are going to be eliminated. That is the reason why for the pregnancy confirmation, what we are going for? We are going for what? We are going to have a kit, right? Various names are there. For example, Prega News is a kit. So in that kit, what happens? We are going to add the samples of urine. So in that sample, if it contains HCG, right? So normally what happens? Assume that this is the kit, right? On that kit, normal light pink color will be there. Two lines will be there, pink color lines, right? And somewhere the sample is being added somewhere. A small spherical structure will be there. Here we are going to add sample. When we add the sample, what happens here? These light color structures are there. No, if HCG is present in the sample, if HCG is present in that sample, it is going to turn into dark red in color. Two bands, if it turns into red in color, then it is an indicative of conceive. Okay, it is an indicative of pregnancy. Two lines, not one. If one is there, no, it's not, right? If two lines become dark red in color, then it indicates what? Confirm. What? Conceive. So and so what? The person is conceived. Clear? Hyperglycemia, hypoglycemia, right? That one. Clear ma? HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin hormone, and human placental lactogen. Clear? Human placental lactogen क्या करता? जो normal sugar level से बढ़ाता. क्योंकि अगर if it is same at same level, if we are going on, क्या होता? और fetus को food नहीं मिलेगा, isn't it? The food is not going to get reached to the fetus. So that what happened? The sugar levels of the mother should increase. The sugar level of the mother should increase so that the fetus is going to get enough amount of nutrients. That is about human placental lactogen. And one more hormone is there, right? Even ovaries also secrete that hormone, namely called relaxin. What is it? Relaxin. Relaxin is a hormone. Relaxin. Relaxin. Relaxin is also a hormone. This hormone is going to secrete in the later period of pregnancy. Means what? At the time of parturition, at the time of delivery, the placenta is going to release a hormone, namely called relaxin. Clear? This relaxin is also secreted by the ovary. Ovary means what? From the corpus luteum. From the corpus luteum also what? The relaxin is going to be secreted. You should remember what I'm saying. Ovary. What he mentioned, ovary. Remember the ovary. If it is ovary means if means what? From the ovary, what is going to be secreted? Relaxin hormone. Even placenta also secretes what? Even placenta also secretes relaxin hormone, right? What is the function? It is going to help in the relaxing of ligaments during the time of parturitions. So these are the hormones which are going to be seen exclusively in the blood of a person when they are carrying. In the pregnant women only we are going to see what? HCG, HPL, and in the later period of pregnancy, relaxin. Besides this, there are other hormones that are secreted by placenta. Let us see the other hormones. Other hormones secreted by the placenta. One is what? Estrogen. Then progesterone. And during the time of pregnancy, what happens? You may say, sir, before pregnancy also estrogen and progesterone are being secreted. Yes, they are being secreted. But here what happened? The production is going to, the secretion is going to become double, right? They are going to what, many times much amount is going to be secreted. Estrogen and progesterone at several folds, they are going to increase in its their secretion. Estrogen, progesterone, and other hormones like thyroxine, thyroxine, right? Prolactin, prolactin hormone, and thyroxine, prolactin, and cortisol. Cortisol. Okay. Cortisol is what? Which hormone? Adrenal, adrenal gland. Okay. Adrenocorticotropic hormones are there, no? Glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids. What is this cortisol? Is a glucocorticoid or mineralocorticoid? Cortisol. Yes, cortisol is an, is it a glucocorticoid or mineralocorticoid? Is it glucocorticoid or mineralocorticoid? Very good. What is it? Glucocorticoid. ऐसा याद रख लेना, यहाँ पे थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन है, कैसे याद रख लेना मालूम? सी हियर, ग्लूको, ग्लूको, right? Corticoids. Okay. Cortisol. Okay. Mineralo, 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 mineralocorticoids. Alo, aldosterone. Mineralo में क्या रहा? Aldo. Aldosterone is an example for mineralocorticoids. Cortisol is an example for what? Glucocorticoids. याद रख लेना, ऐसा easy रहता, right? Glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, right? So these hormones before pregnancy also they are going to secrete, but the secretion will be more during pregnancy. Why? The reason is that the metabolic activities of the mother is going to change, isn't it? The because she conceived double, what happened? There are, the baby is going to grow. For the growth of the baby, thyroxine is very, very important, isn't it? Metamorphosis for development, normal development is what? Thyroxine is very, very important. Cortisol is very, very important. What is that? Carbohydrate metabolism, in various kinds of metabolism, protein metabolism we are going to see. And prolactin is important. Why? During this time, what happens? During the time of pregnancy, the mammary glands are going to differentiate, right? For that reason also, prolactin hormone is important. So all these hormones, what? Exclusively placental hormones बोले तो क्या बोलना? One is HCG, HPL, relaxin बोल सकते. अगर if they ask like this, which of the following is are secreted by placenta? HCG, estrogen, progesterone, all the above. All the above you can write. Clear ma? HCG, HPL, relaxin, estrogen, progesterone, thyroxine, prolactin, and cortisol. These are various kinds of hormones that are being secreted by the placenta. That are secreted by what? Placenta. Is this clear? Yes. If it is clear, we'll go for parturition. Parturition and lactation. Take the screenshot. We'll carry on. Third point of, okay. Okay, clear. Good. If it is clear, we can move. Okay ma? Questions ऐसे ही पूछते. Placenta का hormones क्या है? What is HCG? What is HPL? Okay, what is relaxin? And what about the amount of these hormones? Their hormones are going to increase during pregnancy. Why? Because the metabolic activities of the mother has been changed, and as well for the growth of the normal growth of the baby, the hormones are very, very important, like thyroxine and cortisol, isn't it? Progesterone का क्यों जरूरत है pregnancy में? देखो, one thing you should remember, progesterone functions, I'll tell. One function is what? It is going to helpful in what? Proliferation of or regeneration of endometrium. Oh, याद है. Second, Second thing is what? It helps, I said already, it is called pregnancy hormone. Why it is called pregnancy hormone? Why it is called pregnancy hormone? Because see here, this is the uterus, isn't it? This uterus, the progesterone is going to prevent the uterus from its contraction. अगर uterus contract होता क्या होता after implantation? It may get fall off, isn't it? It may get fall off. For that reason, the progesterone is going to prevent the contraction, the muscular contraction of the uterus. This is second point. And third point, I said already, when in the body progesterone levels are more, the FSH is going to be secreted very less. Okay, when progesterone levels are very high in our body, the FSH levels are going to be very, very less, because again, when FSH is released, what happens? Next ovulation is going to be taken place. So during pregnancy, no any kind of ovulation is going to take place, because whenever more progesterone is there, FSH is very, very less. When FSH is very less, there is no follicular development. Clear? So these three are the functions of progesterone. Why progesterone is called pregnancy hormone? One thing, it inhibits the uterine contraction so that the implantation, implanted embryo or the fetus is going to grow well. And second thing, what? It helps in the it helps in the regeneration of what? Endometrium during menstrual cycle. And third thing, what? Due to the presence of more amount of progesterone in the blood, FSH is going to be secreted very, very less, so that during pregnancy there is no menstrual cycle. No menstrual cycle. Clear ma? This is about placenta. This is about placenta. Hemochorial placenta. The placenta of human beings is called what? Hemochorial placenta. Hemochorial placenta. When you see this umbilical cord, you know, normally, one second. This is the umbilical cord, isn't it? This is the umbilical cord. The fetus. Right? And this is this one. When you see the transverse section, of umbilical cord, you are going to see like this. It contains two arteries. Two arteries are present. Okay. And one vein is present. Very, very important. Just it's not mentioned, but just concentrate. What I'm saying, umbilical cord is there. No, this umbilical cord, transverse section of umbilical cord I'm showing. Through this umbilical cord, three blood vessels are going to move. Right? Two are called as arteries, and which carry deoxygenated blood. What they're going to carry? They carry deoxygenated blood. They carry what? Deoxygenated blood. And vein is there. Vein. Okay, this vein is going to carry oxygenated blood, which is loaded with nutrients. Clear? So two arteries are present and one vein is present. Total three blood vessels are present in the umbilical cord. Three blood vessels are present in the umbilical cord, and it contains some jelly. It contains a jelly called as Wharton's jelly. What do you call? It contains some jelly. What do you call the jelly as? Wharton's jelly. The jelly of what umbilical cord is called? Wharton's jelly. Wharton's jelly we call as. Clear ma? So three blood vessels are present. So these three blood vessels are two arteries and one vein, and the jelly-like substance, whatever it is present, it is called as Wharton's jelly. Clear? Right. Take the screenshot. We'll move on. Let us see about what we have. Pregnancy period is differ animals, isn't it? As you know that the longest period of gestation is present in what? The longest period of gestation is seen in elephant, right? African elephant. around 23 months it will take. Why the gestation period of the animal, that elephant, is more? Because it is going to give the well matured, right? When you see the weight of the baby elephant, it is around more than 103 kgs, more than 103 kgs. That is the reason why it takes much time. It takes much time. It takes much time. So dog gestation period is around 58 or 56 to 68 days. Okay, around 2 months. 2 months in the sense, again, 9 weeks. We can say about 9 weeks. Dog. Even cat is also similar. Why am I mentioning? This was there. Okay, the cat and dog is around 2 months, 1 week. 2 months, 1 week. Or if you want to tell about in the month like this, the days means 58 to 68 or 57 to 68 days is the gestation period in the cat and as well as in the dogs. Cat and in the dogs. Clear, ma? The time period that is required for the embryonic development in the womb of the mother is called gestation period. Okay, what is gestation period? The time period that is required for the development of the fetus. Okay, fetus kab se bolna? From 3rd month. From the 3rd month onwards, what we need to tell? What? Fetus, right? Now let us see about the human beings. In human beings, right? Gestation is what? 9 months. Can you see? Right. Gestation period. Gestation period. Gestation period. That is 9 months. 9 months is the gestation period. Right? If you want to tell in days, it can be around 266 to 270 days. 266 days. Or if you want to tell in weeks, we can tell like this. What? Around 38 weeks to 38 weeks to 40 or 42 weeks. 40 or 42 weeks. You may get a doubt. Sometimes in few people, the delivery might happen at 7 months, right? Or 7 months. That is different case, right? That we'll talk. What are the reasons? That also we'll see later. First, in a normal man, the gestation period is what? 9 months, right? 266 days, 38 weeks. Okay, 38 weeks after fertilization. 38 weeks what? After fertilization. After fertilization. Or else from the last menstrual cycle, if you calculate, it will become around 42. Last LMP. LMP, whenever we go to, I mean, gynecologist, you know, at first time when they got conceived, just they'll ask this: when is your last menstrual cycle? Then they'll write like this: LMP. LMP they put, and they'll write one date, October some date. Then from that they'll have one what menstrual timetable will be there around like clockwise. Then they're going to calculate these, and approximately they are going to give what the time period of delivery they are going to calculate through that chart. One chart will be there. Okay, menstrual cycle chart, something they'll say, right? So last menstrual period say 40 or 42 weeks. After fertilization, 38 weeks. 38 weeks. Now, so for the first time, what is the sign of the developing of the baby in the human, in the carrying human? The first sign. What is the first sign? The first sign is the heartbeat. Heartbeat. Formation of heart is going to take place at the first month. First month. At the first month itself, what? Heart is going to be formed. First month, or you can write 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Heart contains 4 chambers. 4 weeks. Okay. 4 weeks, 1 month. Clear, ma? So the first sign for the developing of fetus is going to detected by the heartbeat by using what? Stethoscope. By using stethoscope, we are going to hear the sound of the heartbeat of the fetus. When it is going to be formed? First month or 4th week. Okay. So here these 9 months are there, no? These 9 months, whatever, see for example, first, second, third, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I asked you to divide into 3 parts. See, this is one part, this is one part, this is one part, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 parts. So 3 months together is called as trimester. Trimester. Okay, ma? 3 parts. This is called first trimester, second trimester, second trimester, and this is third trimester. So how many trimesters are there? 3 trimesters are there. 3 trimesters. Clear? So first trimester, second and third trimester. 3 trimesters are there. Right? Now, let us see about first month. What are the things, I mean, what are the organs that are being developed in various months? Let us see. First month, what is formed? Heart is formed. At the end of the second month, a matching mein important hai. Match the following is very, very important. In the match the following, they are going to ask this question. Second month. At the end of the second month, at the end of the second month, at the end of the second month, what is going to be formed? Appearance of digits and limbs. Limbs and digits. Limbs and digits are formed. Clear? These are the limbs. Both pectoral and pelvic limbs are formed, and digits means not fingers. Limbs and digits are going to be appeared like this. The baby. Okay, when you see the baby, like this, appearance is going to be formed, but not fully formed. Like this, appearance of limbs and digits are going to be seen at the end of second month. At the end of second month. Right? Now, third month. Third month. Or else can I say like this? By the end of the first trimester, what happens? Major organs are formed. Major organs are formed. Organogenesis. Formation of organs is called organogenesis. Major organs are formed. Along with these, what are formed? External genitalia. External genitalia is formed. External genitalia is formed, and completely formed digits and limbs are formed completely. Digits and limbs are formed completely. Okay, this is about what? First trimester. Okay, first trimester. And next, fifth month. In the fifth month, some events are there. What are the events? The movement of the baby. The baby is going to move inside the womb of the mother. So what we are going to see in which month? The movement of the fetus is going to happen. Movement of the fetus is going to happen in which month? Fifth month. And appearance of hair on the head. Appearance of hair. Appearance of hair on the head. Appearance of hair on the head. And as well what? Fine hair on the body. Body hair is present. And what? Limbs, eyelids are going to be formed. Eyelashes are going to be formed in the fifth month itself. Okay, in the fifth month. Okay, okay, up to here clear? Fifth month, what? Two things you should remember. Fifth month, what are the things? Movement of the fetus. These two you remember enough. Movement of the fetus and appearance of hair on the head. At the end of second trimester. Second trimester means what? Sixth month. Sixth month means what? How many weeks? Sixth month means 24, right? 3 4s are 12, 12, 24. So at the end of sixth trimester, at the end of second trimester, at the end of second trimester, what are going to be seen? Hair, body hair we are going to see. Body hair. Body hair is going to be seen. Eyelashes are seen, and eyelids are separated. Eyelids are separated at the end of second trimester. Nothing but sixth month. Clear? Next, by the end of ninth month, the fully formed baby is formed. Once the baby is fully formed, then the baby is going to try to come outside to see this what so-called beautiful world, isn't it? So which we call is what? Parturition, or parturition we call followed by lactation. Up to here clear? These are the events that are going. Take the screenshot. This is going to be helpful in the what? Matching. One matching question will be framed from this type of what? Objective questions. Clear ma? First month, first sign of developing or growing fetus is what? By listening to the heartbeat, which is formed in the first month. Second month में क्या है? Appearance of what? Appearance of limbs and digits. And by the end of third month, major organs and external genitalia and complete digits and limbs are formed. Clear? And fifth month, what? Movement of the baby, and the hair is going to be formed on the head. And whereas in the end, at the end of the second trimester, body hair, eyelashes, eyelids are formed. Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts here? Any doubts? No, right? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, you can. No doubts? Right. If it is no doubts means we'll meet in the next class. The last topic. Yes. Sir, someone are born in 7 months. Yes. Yes, 7 months. Right. What happens here? See here, various reasons are there. What are the reasons? First, the lifestyle of the mother is important. Lifestyle of the mother. If the mother is consuming alcohol, tobacco, it influences one thing. Even though they don't even consume, few people, after giving many birds, multiple birds, if they are carrying, that is the second thing.